Next batch of articles I got for y'all. This one's interesting. Hold up, before we do, let me get this thing JP. Let's see. Okay. Next article I got for you. We keeping it in the Sony camp. This one broke like last night when I was streaming. This one's very interesting. We need to keep our eye on this because this could have some very interesting ramifications on the gaming community. Reports claim Sony's in talks to buy FromSoftware's parent company. For those unaware, FromSoftware is the creator of the Soulsborne series, Dark Souls 1-3, Bloodborne, Elden Ring, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. Apparently Sony's trying to buy him. Let's talk about it. In an exclusive report published by today by Reuters, it was claimed that Sony's in talks to purchase Kodawa, the corporation that owns the majority of FromSoftware, the developer of Elden Ring. It was claimed in a report that Sony wants to acquire the media powerhouse and that a deal that could be signed, it could be a deal that's signed in the coming weeks. Despite the claims being corroborated by two trusted sources close to Reuters in the deal, both Sony and Kodawa have declined to comment. Sony is reportedly looking to acquire FromSoftware's parent company. They claim that comes off the hot. Well, that was just kind of like an update. Presently, Kodawa owns 70% stake in FromSoftware, and Sony has around 14%. Rolling it up, Sony already has a 2% stake in the corporation, but other gaming titans like Tencent also have a piece of the company. They already got Bloodborne. I don't know how I feel about this. I like that FromSoftware has like the creative freedom. I guess my concern would be if Sony does outright purchase them, is that going to make all FromSoftware games exclusive to PlayStation? I really don't want to play any type of Soulsborne games on fucking what's that shit on a PlayStation controller. This nigga with this crying face. My bad that I don't know how to pronounce these Japanese companies, bruh. I don't even know why you niggas is typing laughing emojis. I'm not Japanese. I know you weeaboo ass niggas watch a ton of anime, so you think you're Japanese. Somebody did that shit yesterday because I didn't know how to pronounce what's the card game that got nominated for Game of the Year? Belantro, I think. Somebody typed on Hokage highlights, you need to learn how to speak. Yo, it's giving a little slave master, my boy. Like, yo, chill out. Like, my bad. I don't know how to pronounce every word on earth. Like, yo, you need to learn. How you gonna tell me I need to know how to speak when I'm sitting here speaking and you understood most of what I said? I never heard of the game. Why would I know how to fucking pronounce it? Just tell me how to pronounce it. It's okay. It's not gonna bother me. My bad. I'm just saying. I watch a lot of I watch a lot of Elden Ring, and Dragon Ball and fucking Naruto, so I know Japanese. Konnichiwa. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? It's not a common word. It's not. Like, oh my God, bro. You niggas don't got a passport trying to tell me about Japanese culture. They do not care about you. What was I about to say? Drop 5 subs in the chat to apologize, nigga. Anyways, back to what I was talking about. Yeah, I wouldn't want this to be exclusive just because their games have been multi-plat for the longest. And then also, if it does become exclusive to Sony, that means the games would still be on PC, which is where I've been playing them. But the problem is then Sony's going to implement their system into the PC games. Meaning, imagine a world where if you want to play Elden Ring, you're going to have to log into your PlayStation account, which locks a lot of people out globally because they don't have access to it. That's why reportedly Horizon is struggling right now on PC. They had that problem with Helldivers too. It's just adding like extra layers of fuckery to the game that I hope they don't add. Like, just let the games be great. A longer wait. Yeah, it could potentially be a longer wait. They could try to do some timed exclusive shit where they make their next game exclusively to the PS5 or 6, and then if you want it on PC, you gotta wait a year. That's bullshit. And like I said, I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to play these games with a PlayStation controller. I just don't like the PlayStation controller. This Monopoly shit's gotta go. So this is one of the few times where, like, I hope this actually isn't true. This isn't a company that I would want, especially after what they did with Concord. They threw them under the bus. Not that the game couldn't be any better, but Sony never even gave the game a fighting chance. But they don't know how to support shit. I don't know. Sony doesn't have to make this step. They probably feel like they need to do something because Microsoft owns so many studios. And then if you think about it, the studios that Sony has been purchasing, they haven't really been doing too well. They caught Bungie in a lie. For those that didn't catch that story, they opened up the books. Apparently Bungie's broke and they lied. They did an upsell and they finessed Sony. They paid $4 billion for a company that's broke. And then on top of that, their games ain't selling. They purchased the company that developed Concord, that the server shut down within 14 days. So Sony ain't got a win streak going here. You said for real? Yeah, that happened like a couple months ago. The CEO of Bungie, he got caught in a lie. So now Bungie's under fire by Sony. He basically he upsold them. But I don't feel bad for Sony because A, it's a corporation, and B, as a corporation, as a multi-billion-dollar Fortune 500 company, one of the biggest corporations in the world. What do you mean you telling me that you were interested in buying Bungie and you didn't stop to think like, hey, before we buy you, can we audit you? Can we take a look at your numbers, see where you're trending, and then go from? You didn't bother to do that? Don't feel bad for Sony. I know some Sony ponies in the chat, but it is a corporation. It's funny to me. Get your business right. Yeah, they pulled a Jay-Z. They paid $4 billion for a fucking L. So this reeks of desperation. If Sony wants to buy another company, they're probably looking at it like, all right, if we buy another one, we need to buy a guaranteed W. My thing is, I say this much. I don't want Sony to buy them, but Sony, if you do try to buy FromSoftware's parent company, y'all better pay top dollar. Y'all paid $4 billion for Bungie. FromSoftware better get at least 5. I'm gonna be honest, 10. Their catalog is way stronger. You paid $4 billion for a game that had already been out for like 5-6 years, was on its 7th piece of DLC, and got nothing in the works besides Marathon. And what's the word on Marathon? That shit sucks. So you better pay these niggas what you owe. Yeah, make it 20 to apologize. You're buying a triple S tier company. Yep. That's the only thing that would make me feel slightly better, is like, if you're gonna at least pay these motherfuckers, can they afford it? I don't know. Yeah, say sorry, nigga. Anyways, we got some news on Fable 4. That's another game Xbox got in the tuck. Reports claim it has Witcher 3 type combat, CD Projekt Red DNA, and a whole lot of polish from an alpha build. Let's see what they're talking about. A journalist has seen an alpha build of Fable 4 and said it's apparent that the former CD Projekt Red developers worked on it. The new and yet untitled Fable reboot was first announced back in 2020, and then after a few years of radio silence, we finally got a proper trailer last summer. Xbox slapped the 2025 release window on the game and dropped a fresh trailer at this summer's Xbox Game Showcase. I'm gonna do a video of at the end of December, I'm going to do a video on the best and the worst games. I'm going to do, the way I'm going to plan it, instead of doing like a traditional video, instead I'm going to do like, like a tier list. So I'm going to do a tier list of the best and the worst games. I'm going to do a tier list of the biggest frauds. And then I'm going to do a tier list for most anticipated games. If we have any other, I might do my favorite albums too. December is gonna be fun. We're gonna do some tier lists talking about that stuff, and that'll be some fun stuff to upload on Hokage highlights. But anyways, 2025 I think is gonna be stacked. Fable's gonna be in that bitch. But we haven't heard much from the developers of Playground Games since then. Now Windows Central Jez Corden has given some seriously encouraging words for fans of the long-running RPG. Corden revealed during an episode of the Xbox 2 podcast that he very recently saw alpha footage of the next Fable game, and it said it looks fucking fantastic. He went on to compare it directly to The Witcher 3, specifically in terms of combat. You can tell that this project has CD Projekt Red DNA, he said. Playground Games picked up a bunch of developers from CD Projekt Red. I believe they picked up their combat designer, and you can kind of tell. It sounds like Corden is referring to Powell Kapala, who was senior gameplay designer at CD Projekt Red before moving to Playground Games to work on a new Fable, and ultimately joining the Activision-owned Elsewhere Entertainment. Corden clarified that the new Fable isn't just one-of-one copy of The Witcher 3 combat. That's what I was looking for. I was hoping that this is not just Witcher 3. But he noted similarities like the, I don't know how to pronounce that, pirouettes, and the dodging and the dodge rolling, and the seamless hack and slashing into execution, which was really, really cool. He also added the game looks super polished, super good in its alpha state, although earlier in the podcast he admitted he wasn't sure the footage he saw was recent, which means the current dev kit might be different from what he saw. Still nice to see some positive words, they say. Now, I like that I hear this. Xbox needs a W, but what I am going to say is take this with a grain of salt. Now, TBH, why are you saying take this news with a grain of salt? Because these reports are coming from somebody who runs the Xbox 2 podcast. I'm sorry. If you call Xbox 2. I'm just going to assume you're a little Xbox bias. I don't know. Maybe does anybody watch them? It seems like a pro Xbox podcast, and you're coming on and saying, "Hey, I saw an Xbox game and it was great." I bet. So I would say take this with a grain of salt. I'm not gonna go as far as to say call him a liar, because we don't know what he fucking saw. I would just say take it with a grain of salt, just based off the name of the podcast. But it's good to hear, at least, because Xbox needs a W. Xbox, we just got done ragging on Sony. Xbox is like the polar opposite. Sony is broke and looking to buy studios. Microsoft is rich. They're buying all the studios and taking all the L's. Like Microsoft is like, what year was it the Brooklyn Nets had James Harden, KD, and Kyrie Irving? That's Microsoft. You bought all the talent in the league, you niggas still can't win. Like, come on, please. 2019 to 2021, the fucking 2021 Brooklyn Nets. That's what the fuck they are. We need y'all to get it together. Other news I got for y'all. I saw this literally right before I started streaming. Look, the trailer dropped 2 hours ago. I saw the shout out to Blue Sky. That's where I saw it. Apparently a new Final Fantasy got it. Which one is this, man? These fucking Roman numerals. Which one is this? Is this 14? 2010 massively. Yeah, it is 14. Okay. Oh, you got in Roman numerals, bro. So they announced Final Fantasy 14 mobile. Let's see what they got to say. Let me
光の選手の皆さんこんにちは。ファイナルファンタジー14プロデューサー兼ディレクターの吉田です。新生ファイナルファンタジー14のスタートから11年、本当に長い期間献身的な皆さんサポート本当にいつもありがとうございます。ファイナルファンタジー14は次なる10年に向けてさらなる挑戦として今回モバイル版の開発を発表させていただきました。こちらはファイナルファンタジー14本体をモバイル用に完全アレンジしたモバイルデバイス用の最新 MMORPG です。アレンジとはいえですね、ストーリーやバトルコンテンツ
is almost like Final Fantasy is a game developed by Japanese people or something. Like
などその再現には、ものすごい情熱と品質、それらを追求してライトスピードスタジオの皆さんが献身的に開発をしてくださっています。すでにファイナルファンタジー14をプレイしている皆さんも、そしてこれからファイナルファンタジー14の物語に触れてくださる皆さんもぜひぜひ今後の展開にご期待ください。ファイナルファンタジー14プロデューサー兼ディレクターの吉田でした。それではトレーラーどうぞ。
Hey, hold up, it don't look bad. Hold up now. Hey, the frame rate looking crispy. In the chat said, can this run on my iPhone 8? That might have been the equivalent of will it be on PS4? That was like the mobile version of is it on PS4? I don't think it's gonna run on your iPhone 8. Honestly, it doesn't look bad. Granted, this is an older game too, but I mean, it shows you how far, because like a lot of people are still very dismissive of mobile games. It shows you how far mobile games have come. This looks like, I would say like an early PS4 game, late PS3, early PS4. Like it looks good and it looks like it's running well. I would imagine Final Fantasy fans are probably gonna be excited about this shit. You could take it on the go. I ain't reading it on no damn phone. I was playing Alien Isolation on my iPhone 16 earlier. I was impressed with like you said. Mobile's biggest problem still is the controls. But I mean, the workaround to that is you just can connect the Xbox or a PlayStation controller via Bluetooth, or you can get like a backbone or something like that to put your phone in. I'm still waiting for the day if like Sony or Nintendo actually makes a phone for gaming with the built-in controller. I know Sony did that. It was like the Xperia or something like that. But like I feel like they half-assed it. I mean like a full-blown experience. When that comes out, that'll be a game changer. The N-Gage, shut the fuck up. I had an N-Gage. That shit was garbage, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. That shit had a 1-inch screen. Like you ever bought something and you take it out the box and you instantly regret it? That was the N-Gage. I had the N-Gage. I was one of the dumbasses that bought that shit. That shit had a 1-inch screen. I remember I had Tomb Raider and a couple other games on it. And at that time, you have to keep in mind, Tomb Raider was already like a 15-year-old game. I remember I booted that shit up. It was running at like 15 frames on a 1-inch screen. Do y'all understand that? And by the way, it wasn't even 16:9. It was like letterbox. I didn't understand it. That was me with Rise of Ronin. Real gaming shit. Looks good. You get the gist of it. What's the response on this? Looks like this is something they actually really been working on. Imagine your raid wiping because your healer died while crossing the road staring at his phone. Now, why would you do that? They did not just pray Return of the Waking Sands, seeing a dragon doing start. This is nerdy. I feel like this is going to be a retelling of the game and a JRPG experience, which I wouldn't complain about. One thing to note is this isn't being developed by Square, only licensed and supervised. This is not taking away from the base game. Oh, so is this a different game? I was thinking this was Final Fantasy 14 connected. What is the origin of that dog meme? The chill guy? I don't know. That shit just started popping up all over my timeline. Crazy how Rise of Ronin came out this year. I think it's because the internet moves so fast now. We don't get enough time to digest anything, so it's easy to forget stuff. Like, it's easy to forget that Tekken 8 came out this year. I feel like if they didn't have some drama later in the year, like, a lot of people would have forgot about it. And I think that goes to, like, how fast the internet moves. And, like, I really don't know what the solution is, but I really do wish things would slow down. Because, like, when you slow down, it gives you more time to digest, unpack. Like, I'll give you like an example I give you is like with my Diddy video that I uploaded on I'm Just Saying. I saw a lot of comments where people were saying that like a lot of people did Diddy videos, but yours was the best. Like you could tell that you took time to really digest and like do your research on what exactly the situation is. I think there's value in it. Creates better conversations. It's more engaging, I think. People's brains is really fried. Also, I think everybody's brains being fried by short form content has had some bad results. I've been seeing a lot of videos on my algorithm on YouTube. Like people are, I talked about it on stream, but like, yo, Gen Z men, y'all got to get it together. If what I'm saying, if it don't apply, let it fly. But the internet is not happy with Gen Z men. And I think a lot of that has to do with their brains have been fried by all that Fresh and Fit. And all that other goofy ass shit that you niggas be watching, man. Gen Z women, they're choosing millennials. Y'all better step up. Drop some game, bro. Put us on. Put you on to what? Put you on to what? You said, nah, for real? Because one of the biggest voting sectors that got that red hat in was not millennials. Gen Z fucked up. And I have some theories about that. I think a lot of people don't really believe in the things that they preach. I think a lot of people just want to be a part of the winning team. They want to be a part of something, and it's a lot of lonely people. And I think what's the word? COVID and the lockdown kind of exacerbated it. A lot of people don't know how to socialize, so it's easy to be manipulated. Gen Z men are cooked. I'm not gonna say cooked, but y'all gotta get it together, man. Y'all gotta get it together. They see popular convos online and join in. Yeah, and they don't do any type of critical thinking. And the worst part is, I think a lot of the thinking is getting It's getting manipulated because the easiest way to manipulate somebody is you hide a couple truths in there and then you follow it up with some bullshit. And people will hear like two true things and they'll be like, oh, this person's trustworthy, so let me believe everything else that comes out their mouth. And then you end up down a rabbit hole and you get radicalized. This is old man Hokage talking, man. Old man. But doesn't that fall on the previous generation to help guide them? No, because it's not my job. It's not my job personally to guide your everyday life. I can sit on the stream and try to give you like some advice. Like we have like a real conversation. Like, yeah, to some degree it is, but at the end of the day, personal choice does matter. It's your personal choice to take some information and think about it. Like so many times people have said something to me and I'll be like, okay, that sounds true, but let me look into it. Like it's your job to critically think. It's not my job to critically think for you. You play a role. We all play a role is what I'm saying. Yeah, I can't babysit you. I got my own life. So absolutely not. Guide them as if they listen. If you think the whole generation is cooked in general, I just think the whole generation is cooked in general, man or woman. Nah, they going off on the men right now. It's not your fault. These parents suck. Yeah, there's a certain level of accountability in it too. Like growing up is understanding your parents aren't perfect and they try to do the best that they can. And you could be angry and frustrated all you want, but after a certain point, you have to let that shit go and realize they're people. They're not perfect. And then you have to take accountability, look at your deficiencies and figure out how can I improve upon that? Or you could be a 35, 40-year-old man on the internet crying about X, Y, and Z about how you got stuffed in a locker in the 7th grade. Now you look like a loser. Gen Z are literally not children. Yeah, they're not. Y'all are like early, mid-20s now. Oh, this is Sifu. So remember that Anthology gaming series that's supposed to come to Amazon? Somebody in the comment section is typing right now, Hokage highlight. Shut the fuck up, TBH. You want to hear about that shit? I guess. My life is great. So, oh shit. I be getting in debates with people in real life and I be talking about this type of shit and like accountability. And like, that's always my trump card. That's always my trump card. I hate that I even use that phrase. Fuck that nigga. But that always comes down to be like, all right, you don't have to listen to everything I say, but my life is great. And it's reflective of good choices. You could think whatever you want. This series looks so good. It does. So there's an Anthology gaming series. It's going to be like every episode is going to be focused on a different game coming to Amazon. A preview of the Sifu one is coming out. Yeah, self-awareness is key. A lot of people lack that, but that comes down to critical thinking. People don't think about anything and how they affect people. The scarier part is that Gen Zers are parents. Facts. Got to start saying ace in the hole instead of trump card. Yeah, ace in the hole. We gotta come up with a different name. Facts. COVID cooked a lot of people. Yes, it did. Let's check it out. This should look fire.
Young man, they'll kill you.
You get used to it.
Paying homage to the levels. Groundbreaking stories. So wait, what was all the episodes? So there will be episodes. Is that Nathan Drake? Is that Warhammer? I think. The Last of Us. Oh, it's Joel. My bad. Same thing. Somebody got mad. Very interesting. Very interesting. Ratchet and Clank for season 2. I hope so. You said, Jay, don't fucking say that. Shit, this is gonna be interesting. When is it? December 10th. Oh, this is coming out soon. I'm definitely checking this out. This should be good. But yeah, that was a preview of some of the Sifu stuff. Mega Man, and then JP linked this. Is there gonna be a Concord episode? I hope so. What I see from people my age who are red pill is they'll use the worst examples of women online then apply it to real life thinking. Yeah, it's a lack of that goes all back to critical thinking. Like niggas have no experience with women and they'll see a clip online and apply that to their life. A lot of stuff that I see online, I've never seen in real life. And then they'll use a clip that they see online and they'll use that as an excuse for why their life is shit. Like I'm short and I'm not gonna lie. I have a high, like if you just listen to the internet and what women say on the internet, based off what chicks say on the internet, I should never have gotten any type of play from women ever. Because we're just the bastards of society being short. But in real life, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. I'm not gonna say that I'm batting 100 because that's a fucking lie. But I got a high batting average. I'm not gonna lie. I got a high batting average, and do you know why? It's because I worked on myself. It helped to be charming and funny and handsome. Get your money up, bro. Have some ambition, bro. None of that shit matters in real life, bro. All you gotta do, if they talking to you, then you finesse your way in. I'm short and was chubby for the longest and still got play at 5'5". Yeah, but the internet will have you thinking that like you don't have a chance. So then it creates this this vicious cycle of being hopeless. Then the toxicity comes in. I said, bring that critical thinking back, man. I take what they say on the internet with a grain of salt. That only applies to short, broke niggas, bro. True. I mean, when I was broke, I was fine too. I'm gonna be honest. You can be charming. Not to say you won't get disqualified sometimes, but you know, it's all entertainment. You gotta remember that shit. All right, let's see what you linked though.
And before you start with
I already know she's annoying. I see the rumble symbol. I'm gonna guess this is a right-wing talking head. This is a right-wing content creator. There's only one type of people on Rumble.
Because this is a story about Vikings. Look at the real Astrid. Blonde hair, blue eyes. You know, people love to throw out the term whitewashed a lot, but I would really love to discuss what kind of color washing is happening to every live-action movie that comes out now. Didn't need it. Definitely didn't need it. Still
it's
don't
funny.
want it.
I saw the reviews for this. The reviews came out. I saw 9s out of 10s. They said this movie fire.
Don't want it. And here you guys are basically making the Lion King live action with How to Train Your Dragon. Just because you hired real actors does not mean that you're not gonna have to CGI half that fucking movie. That's not even the point. I was willing to let go of the CGI thing when you weren't gonna do another race swap. What is so hard about staying true to the original stories? Do we...
If you don't hire a person of color, you won't have to CGI half the movie. Half the movie is gonna be CGI'd anyway because it's a movie about a dragon. They're not real. What is she talking about?
Have to keep reinventing them because obviously no one likes them. Except for the loudmouth stars that you choose to do them, of course. Because here is the new Astrid saying, I could never do America Ferrera's interpretation of Astrid because I am not her. Well, then maybe you shouldn't be her. Honestly, I think we're at the point where we can start calling this cultural appropriation. You know, I was willing to let go of the mermaid
Cultural
thing.
appropriation? At what point in history did white people ride dragons? Can anybody? I wasn't very good in school, I'm not gonna lie. But one thing I was good at, I did pay attention to history class. I don't remember the chapter where white people were riding around in dragons. I don't remember that chapter.
And the blue fairy thing and all these things, because those are just mythological made-up things. But now you're just distorting history so that you can effectively pander.
History.
I hear a lot of people complain that we don't talk about Black history enough. Well, yeah, maybe it's because y'all are busy stealing everyone else's history.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't believe this. I think she's grifting. I don't believe this. Like, yo, that shit was so. I don't believe this is real. I don't believe these people are real, bro. And if they are, make sure to send it to her workplace. Where does this woman work? That's what we gotta do. Yo, just anytime this stuff goes viral, y'all gotta stop getting mad and you gotta learn to play their game. If she's being 100, matter of fact, we don't know. We don't know if she's being honest. She could be joking. She could be serious. Just send it to her place of work. Where's she work at? Let's get her LinkedIn. Which, by the way, I'm not telling anybody to dox her. I'm joking right now. But what's the name? Yeah. If anybody knows her personally, just send us to her place of work. Like, that's fucking funny, dude. That shit went super racial left field. I don't understand. Like, it's a children's movie. I don't know. I never pulled up Finding Nemo to get any type of cultural perspective, but whatever. What else I got? Mouse with the Mouth, all stream VODs on Rumble, so she is a Rumble creator. Yeah, she just looks annoying. I mean, do what you got to do to pay the bills. Rent is due, right? Rent is due. There's a time is coming. A time is coming where these content creators will be gone. New backyard sports game in the works. They're discussing whether to make a film or TV adaptation. A kid show would be fire. I would take that. A kid show would be fire. Rent free in her head right now. I don't know if y'all thought I was gonna give me I'm gonna be mad. I have like a weird perspective on like racism. It's pretty hard to get me off my pivot. Like, I think a lot of it's fucking funny because you have to understand people like that they walk around, they're so fucking angry. And then if you ever encounter people like that, you have to keep in mind, like, if somebody's racist, that's their problem. Like, you don't like me because of the color of my skin. Like, damn, that's a miserable way to live. Like, I live in your head rent free. Now, if you do something to me, that's different. You know, I might have to defend myself or something like that. But just like motherfuckers that just be yapping, I'm like, I don't even think about you. Like, okay. At the end of the day, you could be mad all you want. You're the one that's mad. I had a great day. Also, we got to stop paying attention to this shit. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, stop paying attention to that shit, bro. The fucking losers. Call it what it is. Losers. Exactly. It's not my business how you feel about me. You have a nice day. Somebody link me some PS4 shit. Oh, this is old. We already somebody blew up this shit. We already covered that. They just want to force stereotypical reaction. And that's what I'm saying. Like, is it grifting? Because like people know that stuff gets a reaction. So you got to be careful. And that's why I said the best solution is just ignore them. You got to be careful. It's hard to tell if someone's being serious or not, or just somebody's trying to get on, because they know the easiest way to get on in the content creator space right now is the right-wing grift. That's why I say, where do careers go for content creators when their views start to go down? They go to the right wing. They start grifting. It's happened to a lot of your favorite content creators, man. And it's everybody, whether you white, black, woman, whatever. They all go right, and they go super extreme. You got to put Airbud on for Aki one day. He does like basketball. Well, actually, I don't know if he likes basketball. He watches it with me, but I think he just likes the ball because he's a dog. It's hard to gauge that. He said, yeah, Tobuscus, them twins. It's a lot of black people, unfortunately, that I used to watch that went super right wing. I'm like, bro, what happened to you? Not all brothers of another, not all skin folk is kinfolk. All right, what we got in the sub box? Wait, is my shit up? Dr. Disrespect somehow managed to come back from being a pedo by saying there was only 2 genders. Ain't that crazy how that side, like, they'll accept you being a pedophile if you just promote their rhetoric? Ain't that crazy? Skull and Bones season 4. Get the fuck out of here. Delta Force official new warfare map. I'm not gonna click that. Gilbert is a hater. What'd he do? Joel Embiid deserves the blame for the 76ers meltdown. He's not a hater. He's been playing like dog shit, bruh. And he looks out of shape. Apparently, there's a report that came out that Tyrese Maxey, they had like an in-house meeting, and Tyrese Maxey called him out. I think personally they should just blow the team up. While he still has value, they should trade him and then build around Tyrese. And that other dude, what's the light-skinned dude that be doing the TikToks and shit? He might be rookie of the year. I forgot his name. But they should build around those two. It's time to blow up the process, especially because he's 30. If they wait too long, if they wait like another year or two, he's not going to have any value, especially because he's injury prone. Jared McCain, yeah, that nigga Jared McCain will drop 30 on your head and then go do a TikTok dance. That shit is funny. Oh, shit. Where would he go? I don't know. This time, I don't think he's hating. Like, Joel looks bad right now. Especially because he said in reports, I've done so much for the city. What have you done? Dynasty Warriors Origins gameplay. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 behind the scenes. We're going to watch that regardless. Apparently, he's like late to practice every day. He's out of shape. He came back and started playing like 2 weeks ago, and he has not had one good game. He just looks bad out there. Like, bro, you shouldn't have played this summer. You should have took some rest and got ready for the season. Get that draft stock up. You know whose draft stock is going up? Freaking, what's old boy? Jordan Poole. He been balling. I need Jordan Poole to keep balling so we can get that draft stock up. Then we can trade him, get some assets back, get ready for Cooper Flag, build around that. So I need Jordan Poole to keep Bronny James. Shut the fuck up, bro. Bronny James is awful. I seen an image that said Bronny James put up a fucking countdown stat line. That shit was so funny because it was true. That nigga had 5 points. Was like no, he had like 6 points, 5 turnovers, 3 rebounds. Like, it was just a straight countdown. That shit was fucking. I was like, I've never seen a stat line like that. Yeah, that 12 days of Christmas shit. That shit was fucking. Yeah, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I was like, how do you do that? Towers of Aghasba. Oh shit. They gonna call you a hater for this, for giving Bronny any slight criticism? Nah, it's time to be honest about Bronny, man. This man is giving horrible stat lines in the G League. You can't do it in the G League? What the fuck? Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 got new content? Yo, Spark and Zero fans, are y'all on Xenoverse 2? What's going on? Assassin's Creed Syndicate got a 60 FPS update. Who asked for that? Dragon Ball The Breakers official season 7 launch trailer. There's more content? What the fuck? Oh, there he goes right there. 10 points on 21 shots and 10 turnovers. I don't really see nothing interesting in the show. I'm on both. Nah, I thought Spark enjoyed the game of the year. Let's see what's going on with this new Dynasty Warriors.
皆さんこんにちは。
Crispy camera.
新三国総オリジンズプロデューサーの翔智彦です。この映像ではこれまでのシリーズから一新した本作がどんなゲ
Syndicate was
ーム
fire
な
though.
の
I
かを
disagree. It was Syndicate was
お
mid.
伝えします。舞台
Be
は
careful,
中
Rich
国
Paul
五
gonna
冠
send
マ
the
ッ
Clutch
チ
Sports Mafia after you. No, they won't. They need to focus on getting him a trainer that can help him because I predict Bronny James will be out of the league within 2 to 3 years if he does not get his act together. And if he doesn't, and if he doesn't, like after this contract is over, I don't think he'll get another contract. And if he does, it's because his dad owns a team. But like the way he's playing right now, ain't nobody picking him up.
三国
Yeah,
志
and then
の
you're
世界
not
です。
traveling with the team. That's great. Like I'm not gonna lie, if I was struggling to feed my family and I'm trying to get into the league, I'm in the G League right now, scratching and crawling for a contract, and I hear my teammate doesn't want to get on the flight with me, that's gonna make me feel some type of way. That's really bad for the locker room. That's the type of shit that's not gonna show up on the stat sheet. Like, what do you mean you're too good to fly United? You're not too good to play in the NBA. Like
プレイヤーは過去の記憶を失った武芸者となり、広大な中国大陸を駆け巡り、さまざまな英傑たちと出会い、
Yeah, what's different about the
戦乱のような
gameplay? We know Cao Cao and Lubu, you know.
高な作戦です。また、戦意の低い
Low
軍団
courage,
は
they won't
行
fight
動が
back.
消極的
Nice. They'll fight back even
高い
less.
軍団は積極的に敵を倒そうとします。敵の
Is
戦
Bronny
意
in
を
a
下げ
different
る
league?
こと
Yeah,
も
he's in the G League. The G League is the NBA's minor leagues. So like not every NBA team, but most NBA teams have a minor league team, and some players get signed to what's called a two-way contract, and some just get a G League contract. Bronny's on a two-way contract, meaning he can play in the NBA and the minor leagues basically. But he's not playing in most of the minor league games, and then he only averages 2 minutes per NBA game that he's in. So he's like, how are you gonna put him in the developmental league and he's not getting any play time to develop unless it's a home game? It's just counterproductive.
個人には己の力
You
で
need to be like Scottie Pippen Jr. Humble yourself.
個人には周囲の
I
仲間
wish he
た
would have
ちと
spent more
協
time
力
in
して
college. Yeah. That program he went to was ass too. Is there an audio delay? I don't know.
このゲームはただ戦場で戦いを繰り返すだけではありません。主人公は中国大陸の各地を訪れ、人々と交流します。
Why are you being dramatic, dude?
行けるエリ
You
ア
wanna
は
come in here?
段階的に増え
Go. Why are you being dramatic? You all on my bumper. Go. Thank you. Sorry.
て行き、さまざまな街を訪れ、魅力的な
They
英
call it
傑
the
た
D
ちと
League.
交わ
Give
り、
me the D.
物語を進めていく中で、
Shout out to 700 we got in here. If you new, hit the follow button. There is audio delay. It's a weird glitch I've been having. It didn't happen last night on last night. This should look like Dynasty Warriors. It didn't happen on last night's stream, but today y'all are saying there's an audio. I don't know what it is. It's an OBS glitch. There's nothing I changed in the settings. There's nothing I can do. I could restart the stream, but there's no guarantee that that's gonna fix anything. So I don't really see a point. Just watched your Game Awards video. You missed out on Bacharo, whatever it's called. The game goes hard. Oh, I'm not saying it doesn't. I believe y'all. I've seen some TikToks. I might get it when it's on Steam sale. Everybody says don't play it because it's addicting. I'm not delayed. Towers of Ashwagandha. Let's this is a game that make your dick hard. Only the videos are delayed? I had the same glitch when I streamed. I don't know what the issue is. PS4 viewers might need a 1 minute delay. Yeah, this is a new game called Towers of Ashwagandha. Gameplay? The game looks like it takes place in somebody's ear. watched the stream in this. It was okay, but it was a bit rough. That's all I need to hear not to play it. What kind of game is it? It looks like this game takes place inside the era of a Dragon Ball Sparking Zero fan. Just nasty, just grimy. None of them niggas don't use Q-tips. Spores and shit. Yeah, I'm good off this. Yeah, I like the combat looks really rough. I'm good off this. I think that's all there is. Seems like grounded. That's all we got. I guess we're gonna get on. Yo, what happened to Ben Simmons? I seen a play yesterday from Ben Simmons. This man had the lane and he turned around and passed the ball to somebody on the 3-point line. I'm like, what's wrong with that dude, man? He's another person I predicted that's not getting another contract. And if he does, if Ben Simmons gets another contract after that $200 million bum contract expires, it will be a veteran minimum. He is not getting any more money. He is horrible. You said, are you serious? Yeah, let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Ben Simmons. Oh, here we go. I think this is it. Ben Simmons takes a wide open lane dunk and has something to say. Oh, no, that ain't it. Because this is from today. It was from yesterday. I'm probably not going to be able to find it. I want to see the backcourt with Bronny and Ben Simmons. That would be horrible. What up, Angie? He had a worse one a few weeks ago. Damn, I wish I would have saved that clip when I seen that shit, man. Like, he literally ran down the lane, stopped, turned around, and then passes on. I'm like, bro, just throw it up. What are you doing, dude? Backcourt of hell. The backcourt of hell. We're going to get on the game, though. It's time to play the game. There's a lot of millionaire divas in the league at the moment. There is. We were talking about that in the group chat, my fantasy league group chat. There's more $200 million bums in the NBA than ever, bro. Like, motherfuckers get paid, like I don't think y'all understand, like, average players are getting paid $100 million contracts now. That was not a thing in the 90s and early 2000s. And, like, I didn't realize how many players sit until, like, we might have to have a conversation. Did Kawhi Leonard ruin the NBA? That word load management came into the zeitgeist. You want to play COD? We can play Siggy. That word load management came into the zeitgeist thanks to Kawhi Leonard. And everybody is fucking load managing now. And I didn't realize how much they're doing it now. Because this is the first time I played fantasy in like 5 or 6 years. Yeah, unlimited PTO. Play fantasy basketball and it will make you hate basketball players, bro. This nigga John Morant on a $200 million contract. He ain't played in 2 weeks for me. He on my team. Bradley Beal is killing me. Let me see. I'm gonna go down. I'm losing off of injuries. Niggas just taking breaks, bro. Let me see. Let me look at my roster. Darius Garland be showing up. Brandon Miller, bitch ass. I mean, he went off today. I'm not gonna lie. But he missed like the first 2-3 weeks of the. I'm like, bro, aren't you 20? Why are you always injured? Do these niggas not stretch anymore? Lauri Markkanen, he on my team. He was out like the first 3 weeks. He came back. He has not had a single good game. Honestly, the Utah Jazz, the Utah Jazz is fucking horrible, bro. They are the West Coast Wizards, bro. Let me see. Who else I got as a bum? Joel Embiid. I only picked up Embiid because I had Joker already and nobody picked him up because he was out at the beginning of the season. So I took him as a risk. I was like, let me get an extra backup center. I'll play the long game. He came back playing like dog shit. Paolo was balling. I picked Paulo off the strength of, like, I knew basketball. I had a feeling. I knew he was going to get a lot of touches so he can give me a lot of points. The nigga got injured. Ripped his whole abdomen and shit, bro. It's crazy, man. Need to get them athletic trainers, like, some more money or something. Kawhi legit needed it, but all these other players have been abusing it. Yeah, I feel like a lot of them are abusing it. In comparison to someone like Kobe, where, like, Kobe's played through fucking Achilles tear. Like, that nigga Kobe fucked his knee up. He went to Germany that summer after the season. Got some experience. Y'all remember that shit? He got some experimental surgery on his knee or his Achilles or something. That nigga came back. He was limp. He still played. It was still great. I don't want to hear it. You getting paid $200 million. We do not care. That shit. And then imagine being like a kid who loves Joel Embiid, which is, by the way, if your kid does, might want to get him checked out for crazy. But imagine Joel Embiid, your favorite character. You're from the trenches of Philadelphia. All you do is eat cheesesteaks and... all you do is eat cheesesteaks, Joel Embiid, and like you finally save up enough money to get a decent ticket. Because if you haven't been to an NBA game, depending on where you are, a decent ticket gonna cost you at least $100. Really, if you want a good seat, you talking the $200 to $500 range. And then if you want them court sides, they're in the thousands, especially like with the Lakers and shit like that. That's even like multi-thousands and shit. But like, imagine you finally save up a couple $100 to get a decent ticket to see your favorite player. Because me personally, when I go to basketball games, I want my seats good enough to where I can see the players. I'm sorry. Like, if you want to go to the game and you want to be in the nosebleeds, that's fine. But I'm not going to lie. I'd rather just stay at home because, like, oh, I think that's Kobe. Like, I don't want to look at the ants and shit. Imagine saving the money up and Joel Embiid is sitting there. I'm not playing back-to-back. So, man, get your fat ass up, bro. You getting fucking what? Zion's fat ass? You getting $200 million, bro? Get a fucking nutritionist. We don't care, right? That's if I was a pro athlete, that's what I would do. Oh, I just got a $100 million contract. I'm not buying cars. I'm not buying chains. I'm getting a nutritionist and a personal chef. Like, look, I don't like to cook. And the rule I would set is like, yo, I know chefs are artists. You have the right to be creative freedom. I'm giving you creative freedom to do whatever the fuck you want in the kitchen. All I ask is 3 square meals a day and make them healthy. As long as it's healthy, do what the fuck you want. I'm not a picky eater. No, Zion Williams is doing Mountain Dew commercials. Got Doritos all over his chest and shit. And that's why Trump hired JFK Jr. This nigga's about to ban Doritos, man, because of Zion. I'm going to the bathroom. And then we're going to hop on Call of Duty, man.